I think that's about right. I don't think there's been any indication from the president that he intends to fire Robert Mueller. We all agree that the investigation needs to be completed, but that it needs to get wrapped up. That should happen soon. They've been at it for a long time. But I don't think that concern about the president intending to fire Mueller is something that's shared up here on Capitol Hill. And so I think Senator Graham had it about right.
Your colleague, outgoing Senator Jeff Flake, says otherwise. He would not vote to confirm any judicial nominees unless Republican leaders allow a vote on a bill that would protect Mueller from being fired by the president. We had Senator John Barrasso on the program earlier this morning to react to that. He said this.
This seems to be his go-to play right now, threatening judges. You know, he did it this past summer on tariffs and trade. Now he's doing it in terms of the issue of the special counsel. There is no threat to the special counsel. We are going to get these judges confirmed.
Do you share that sentiment, Senator Thune?
I do. I just believe, at least right now, what it looks like to me, Sandra, is this effort has a lot more to do with politics than it does with substance. I don't think there's the substance that suggests this is a step that Congress ought to take. But I think there are a lot of politics at work here. And I think that right now we need to, as was stated earlier, in the time that we have remaining in this Congress, continue to process judges, keep that pipeline filled. And we have every intention of doing that here in the United States Senate.
Meanwhile, congratulations to you, elected to serve as a Republican Majority Whip. That happening yesterday. As we know, Mitch McConnell, re-elected leader. So that has all been established. Now the big question becomes, how do you push through the White House agenda with Democrats now controlling the House? What's the strategy?
Well, it's an interesting question. I think we're going to have to be very strategic. And I think a lot of it, that question really gets answered more than anywhere else, Sandra, by the House of Representatives. And when they have their leadership elections, and assuming they elect Nancy Pelosi the Speaker, I think we'll find out right away whether or not she and her caucus intend to legislate, in other words, work with us in a constructive way to build on all the progress that we've made the last couple of years, or whether they intend to investigate and spend all their time, going after, attacking, and harassing the president. I think that's the question that's really before the House right now, and I think we'll get an answer to that before too long. I would hope that they choose to work with us, the Republican majority here in the United States Senate, with the president on an agenda that can be good for the American people. I think the American people want to see us get results, but I think that it's really up to them, and that decision right now I think is in their hands, because I think there's plenty of people here in the Senate, and the president is willing to reach out and to work with Democrats in the House on issues that are good for jobs, good for growth, good for our economy, and good for people's standard of living here in this country.
Newly elected House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy was asked that same question, and here's how he responded.
We took a beating inside the suburban areas. We're going to have to work harder. I think our message is going to have to be clearer. Our ideas are going to have to be stronger. We realize that, and we will work towards that effort.
Our message is going to have to be clear. We're going to have to be stronger. Finally, Senator, what is the message as now leadership is in place and you've got a big job to do?
Well, I think the message very plainly to the American people is this is a Congress and an administration that has gotten results. We've got the lowest unemployment rate in 50 years. Wages are growing at the fastest rate in 10 years. Median income was at an all-time high last year. We've made a lot of headway, and it's a result of a lot of the policies that we've worked together on. The question now is, again, are we going to build on that foundation, or we can continue to move forward on an agenda and sharpen that message so that the American people understand that we're here to make their lives better, to give them a better future, their children a better future, and to improve their personal economy and their quality of life. And I think those are the message that we've got to deliver to the American people, is that's what we're here to do. We hope we'll have a partner with Democrats in the House. That remains to be seen. And I think we'll find out right away whether or not they intend to legislate or whether they intend to investigate. And I hope that it's the former.